Hey everyone, Stephen and Shane here, and we finally made it to the Sullivan Brothers Iowa Veterans Museum. And we are really excited to be here. We left Chicago this morning, and now we're going to go see some artifacts from their library and their collections and walk around. And then later on in the day, we're going to go to some of those sites that the Sullivan Brothers actually went to, their home, their neighborhood, some places that they hung out. And so we're really excited, and we'd love for you to come along with us. So thanks very much for being here. Well, hello everyone. I'm here with Nick, who's the registrar of the museum here, and I want to say hello and really thanks for having us. This is really a fabulous thing. Never in my life would I have said, oh, I'm coming to Waterloo, Iowa to learn more about the five Sullivan Brothers.
Well, hopefully you can spread the word.
We will. We absolutely will. I mean, we want people to come here. We want people to see the exhibits, learn what's in the collections, and those primary source documents are really important to learn about the story at the time period, right from their mouths, of what they were working through and what they were dealing with.
I think so. We'll have a look at those momentarily.
Great. All right, thank you. But that's how was this museum founded or started? What was the collection policy like when the museum first opened here? Was it?
So, way back, the museum's collection, this museum district's collection, was started by a local politician, philanthropist, globetrotter, collector named Henry W. Grout. And he amassed a collection of about 2,000 pieces. When he passed away in 1932, it was managed by a trust. That trust was exhibited at the basement of the MCA for a little while, and then in 1956, the trust put together enough money to build this building. Opened in 56. And then in the late 80s, we acquired another building. We turned that into a Children's Science Museum with 2 Victorian homes, right? And then the local history museum here. That's why it's called the Grout Museum District, right?
Right.
And then in 2008, the board decided that the collection had reached enough to open up this Veterans Museum. Being home of the Sullivan Brothers, this was sort of the natural side.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this formulation, the name and the title is from 2008.
That's right.
Where you combine the Sullivan Brothers with the Iowa Veterans Museum.
That's right.
Gotcha. Okay. Very nice. Thank you very much.
No worries.
So this would be Iowa's role in World War I, or a World War I display in general, just to honor the sacrifices, or is there this specific to people who were from Iowa in World War I?
Specific to Iowans and the Iowan home front. That's Iowa's service members.
Okay. As opposed to just a general World War I display.
That's right. Of course, there's enough information among Iowan service members and enough artifacts to tell the stories. And that's the story of the war.
Yes.
And that's the philosophy behind the whole Veterans Museum.
Love it. As it should be. Thank you to Mr. Grout.
Games in North Africa and the Japanese expansion in the Pacific were all halted. In June 1943, U.S. General Douglas MacArthur launched Operation Cartwheel in the Pacific. The goal was to isolate the major Japanese naval base at Rabaul, break the Japanese supply lines, and then retake the Philippine Islands.
Right?
Oh. Oh boy. That's what they use these boxes. Right, with a mirror or something. The 2 mirrors, right?
That's right. In 1861, if you're an adult Iowan, you weren't born in this state. You came from somewhere else. You came from New York, Pennsylvania, New England, right?
Yeah.
That's where most Iowans came from at the time. So the first thing they did, right, was go off to war. The railroad arrived in nearby Cedar Falls a week before the declaration of war. And as Kenneth Leiftaug, local historian, has written in his book, From Blue Mills to Columbia, the first cargo Cedar Falls ever sent away on the railroad was their sons.
Was the men.
Yeah.
Oh boy, and the boys.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's interesting. Was there Was there a section of Iowa sympathetic to the South, or was there people?
Yeah, the
or
closer
just-
you got to Missouri, yeah, the more Southern sympathizers you got.
And Missouri was a Union state, though, right? Or half of it was? Part of it
Yes,
was.
Missouri is, well, it's complicated. It was a Union state, but slavery was legal. And there are
Missouri
Missouri.
Compromise?
Yeah.
I'm not is
Kind of. Missouri was added to the Union along with Maine, and one would be a slave state, one would be
That's right.
a free state.
Yeah. So the closer you get to Missouri in Iowa, the more Southern sympathizers you have. The closer you get to Iowa and Missouri, the more Northern sympathizers you have, right?
interesting. Yeah. okay.
Missouri actually fielded regiments for the Confederacy and the Union. So you have, the
Yeah.
13th Missouri Confederate, right? You have to put them in parentheses.
Okay. Okay.
There was one battle fought, besides all kinds of Copperhead raids and stuff between the two states during the war. There was one battle, the Battle of Athens, that was fought between Iowa and Missouri troops.
Interesting.
And it was mostly an artillery duel.
Okay.